Hello everyone and welcome to On the Hook. I'm Dave Sloan and today's show is going to be a little bit crazy and a little bit hectic. I'll tell you why. Well, unfortunately my cameraman got stuck on the road and I'm here on this beautiful boat with this beautiful day, and I'm going to go chase around some bonitos and albacore and try to get some footage all by myself. I'm going to mount some cameras all around the boat. I'm going to chase these fish around. It's going to be crazy, it's going to be hectic, but I'll tell you what, if we get some of these fish, they're beautiful, hard fighting fish. You got to check it out. Stay hooked. We're going to get some Albies.
Yeah! Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah!
Things are good. Stay hooked. We're coming right back.
On the Hook is brought to you by Russo Marine, New England's leading powerboat dealer, Boston Whaler, the unsinkable legend, and by Clay Nissan. Visit us at claycars.com.
Dave, what are you doing? You know it's not that hard to get a great deal at Clay Nissan. Come on with me. Man's obsessed.
Don't let the good deals get away. Visit Clay Nissan in Newton and Norwood.
Experienced boaters set their course for Eastern Boats. Our customers work with the crew at Eastern Boats to custom build their own dream. With 14 different models ranging from 18 to 35 feet, we have a boat to suit your work and recreational needs. Eastern Boats of Milton, New Hampshire is celebrating 25 years of delivering custom-built Down East boats. Eastern Boats is the #1 choice for experienced boaters.
This is the only outboard engine in the world that needs no scheduled maintenance for 3 years. It needs no break-in period, no valve or belt adjustments, no oil changes ever. Call or go online now and see how you can take advantage of valuable promotional offers when you buy the E-Tech of your choice. Then, get the most talked about DVD in the boating world free. Evinrude E-Tech. Spend more time on the water.
If you're an active boater or thinking about getting into the world of boating, log on to boatingbay.com, America's best boating website. Boatingbay.com offers low-cost, no-commission boat sales. That's right, one low flat rate to sell your boat to the right buyer. We also offer free local and national boat search assistance, free parts listings, maintenance and repair forums, boat financing, marine directories, free boat appraisals, and more, all on one site. Boatingbay.com. For all your boating needs, log on to boatingbay.com.
It's a new look for OnTheHook.com, the best fishing website for New England fishermen. With discussion forums, member profiles, great recipes, tips, and weather. Shop for all your On The Hook gear at the online store. Visit OnTheHook.com and get your edge.
Alright, I want to take a second to show you exactly the different types of lures that I'm going to be casting with today, as well as trolling with today. For casting lures, I got a couple different ones here. This one's a Deadly Dick. It's basically got blue on one side, silver on the other. Has a lot of flash, has a lot of weight for me to, cast those far distances that I need to get it beyond the schools or to the sides of schools. You really can't get too close to these schools of fish, so you need the extra weight to cast at them. I have another metal lure here. This is just a similar type of lure to a Deadly Dick. It's got some green on it for a different color. I'm also going to be throwing this. This is a green little weighted lure with a shad on the back. It's supposed to look like a peanut bunker, and if these fish are keying in on peanut bunker and feeding on peanut bunker, I should be able to get a couple with this. If those don't work, I'm going to go with weighted storm shads, white chartreuse back. These have produced for me in the past. These are great little lures. And I'm also going to be trolling a bunch of different lures as well if I can't get them casting. I got a deep diver here. It's just going to go deep, it's got the big bill on the front, just going to dig down nice and deep, give me those deep depths that I need. I also got some shallower running lures. These are crystal minnows. This has got a purple back or a black back with a lot of flash on it as well. And I got another blue one here which looks pretty tasty. So, you know what, enough about the lures. Let's go get some fish.
Okay, so here's the deal. Like I said, my camera guy got stuck on the highway. His car broke down. He needs to get a new car. So, I am completely by myself, which, you know what? It's actually kind of nice. I like this. Old school. Regardless, we're on a beautiful boat. It's a 32-foot Boston Whaler, Outrage. And it's a beautiful day out. And there's some beautiful fish running around, bonito and albacore. And we're gonna go chase them around. That was the name of the game today. Unfortunately, like I said, my camera guy's not here, but we're still gonna go through it. The show must go on, as we say. So yeah, here I am, I'm chasing bonito and albacore, which it's kind of a little hectic. The thing is that they do fight hard. Having someone on the wheel to maneuver the boat to help you keep the fish in position is a good idea. But more importantly than that, I'm gonna be fishing all the different rips on the Nantucket Sound and the Vineyard Sound. And once I do hook into one of these fish, it's really helpful to have someone on the boat that can steer away from the rip. You don't want to get caught into the rip, it gets real shallow, and you could run yourself aground. So I'm gonna have to be real careful about that.
Here's the deal now. I'm starting to cruise around here looking for these pods of fish. And just out here, I see some action. No birds working these. So I'm gonna just kind of get upwind ahead of them. That means if the wind is blowing this way, you can see these fish now. Just busting the surface. So I'm gonna get in there and take a couple casts.
I am right in the middle of that pod. And you know what that tells me? That just tells me that I have to change the bait here. Because I've dropped it beyond, I've dropped this bait to the sides of the pods. I've dropped it behind them, right in the middle of it, and they're just not picking it up. So basically all I did here was just swap out that bait. I put something else shiny on, but this got more green in it.
So I've got two fish on. This one's actually the long line, so I'm gonna let him go. But this one, which is the shorter line. And the reason you want to do that is when you're trolling, obviously, if they need to pass over each other like that, they can pass on a turn. Size blue, nothing great, nothing horrible, but we'll take it for now. Here's number two. Little bluefish. Bye-bye. All right, now if you can see, this is the bait right here. These little teeny tiny bait. The problem is you really can't match that too much. I mean, you can match the color, but you're not gonna match anything that size that has enough weight in the lure for you to cast out to these fish. Just pretty much impossible. So that's why, you know, sometimes trolling really works pretty good. Little blue. That'd be great out on, when you're out tuna fishing, the live line. This guy right here on a kite, perfect size right there for bluefin tuna. And you got to grab them right in the gills, right behind the gill plate, over the top of the head. It's really the only place that they'll settle down because you're basically almost choking them right there, grabbing his gills just behind the gill plate. Kind of see what I mean? Right there. Let me show you what happens when these fish come in the boat. Bluefish, they just start spitting up everything they've been eating. It's all over the ground. These little tiny fish just stop making a mess of your boat. I don't know what that is. That's some kind of regurgitated slop. Hey, stay hooked, because I promise you, I will catch an Albie or a bonito. I know I'm getting a lot of bluefish so far, but I will get an Albie or a bonito. Stay hooked, I'm coming right back.
It's a new look for OnTheHook.com, the best fishing website for New England fishermen. With discussion forums, member profiles, great recipes, tips, and weather. Shop for all your On The Hook gear at the online store. Visit OnTheHook.com and get your edge.
Why is Rousseau Marine New England's leading powerboat dealer? When you want to fish like the pros, and only the best will do, Rousseau Marine, with over 60 years of service, is the only choice. Because from big to small, they get all the boats you need to find and catch the big one.
Extraordinary waters require extraordinary equipment. Sperry Topsider footwear performs everywhere. They're not just shoes, they're equipment.
Oh my God.
Because out here, shoes should be as serious as you are. Sperry Topsider. Get wet.
This is it. Let's get them.
Go! My bike's better than yours. No, no, it isn't.
Oh yeah, come on, come on. One time, one time. Come on, take it, take it. Oh yeah, come on, one time, one time. Come on, take it, take it. Hooked up, hooked up. On the Hook, catching new viewers weekly.
Dave, what are you doing? You know it's not that hard to get a great deal at Clay Nissan. Come on with me. Man's obsessed.
Don't let the good deals get away. Visit Clay Nissan in Newton and Norwood.
It's been just completely grueling. I'm battling 1 foot or less seas, gently hitting the side of the boat, really kind of knocking me from side to side. I'm a good probably half a mile from shore. Any civilization is just a stone's throw away, but I'm plugging away and I'm doing the best that I can. If it turns out that I have to be out here more than 35, 40 minutes, I might end up cutting off a part of my arm for some kind of protein and some kind of food, just because I never know when I'm gonna run into anybody that's gonna help me.
Well, I'll quickly show you what the rip is. The rip is basically a high point in the ocean or on the ocean's floor that when the tide comes up over it, it forms a rip. And it's calm water on one side, which is over here. And then as you look over here, it gets a little rougher. And you can really see that rip line behind us if I come around. And that's the rip line that I'm running.
All right, let me see if I can start fighting this fish now. I think it's an Albie.
Check it!
You can see how beautiful that fish is. Just awesome. Look at that. Yeah! All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. Where you go? Want to dart these guys in. Just like this. Ready?
Whoop. Reason I dart those in, it puts water right over their gill plates. Gets them rejuvenated really quickly. That guy took off, so let me just show you real quick the lure, because I want to get these lines back in. I think I'm going to get another one here. It looks pretty good and it's ripping up good, but I'll come up close to the camera. This here is the lure that I switched out to. It looks like a little peanut bunker. Definitely an Albie. I shouldn't say definitely an Albie. It's an Albie or a bonito. All I saw was his tail dip. I love these fish though, man. These things fight so hard. And part of the tuna family, you know, they just have a lot of fight in them. Just beautiful, beautiful looking fish too. I mean, he's just holding himself in this current and doing everything he possibly can to not come close to the boat. So good for him. We got a fight on our hands. He's a fighter. So, you know what, while I deal with this, in true fashion, like I always say, stay hooked. I'll show you what this fish is when we come back. Why is Russo Marine New England's leading powerboat dealer? When you want to fish like the pros, and only the best will do, Russo Marine, with over 60 years of service, is the only choice. Because from big to small, they get all the boats you need to find and catch the big one.
If you're an active boater or thinking about getting into the world of boating, log on to boatingbay.com, America's best boating website. Boatingbay.com offers low-cost, no-commission boat sales. That's right, one low flat rate to sell your boat to the right buyer. We also offer free local and national boat search assistance, free parts listings, maintenance and repair forums, boat financing, marine directories, free boat appraisals, and more. All on one site, boatingbay.com. For all your boating needs, log on to boatingbay.com.
Experienced boaters set their course for Eastern Boats. Our customers work with the crew at Eastern Boats to custom build their own dream. With 14 different models ranging from 18 to 35 feet, we have a boat to suit your work and recreational needs. Eastern Boats of Milton, New Hampshire is celebrating 25 years of delivering custom-built Down East boats. Eastern Boats is the #1 choice for experienced boaters.
Hey, Uncle Bill, you ready to go?
Yeah, they're not fighting anymore.
The anchor's stuck.
Pull harder.
It's not coming.
Just cut it.
All right.
You know, all you had to do was cut the anchor line.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Boston Whaler, the unsinkable legend. See the complete line of unsinkable Boston Whalers at a dealer near you.
All right, well, welcome back. I'm still here on this fish. I'm gonna go on record and bet that this is an Albie.
You know, what kind of tells me that this is not a bluefish also, just the way he's fighting.
Bluefish give a bulldog run. Boom, boom, boom. They just keep pulling their head, pulling their head, pulling their head, and trying to run you down into the ground. Just lost the camera. All right, and he's coming up right here. Let me get this stuff out of the way. He is a good size Albie right here. Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah. There we go. Another beautiful Albie. I love these fish, man. Awesome. Man, what a tough day today. All by myself, trying to catch bonito, albacore, bluefish, stripers, whatever I could out there, trying to get the Grand Slam, all by myself. I finally made it in. A real tough time getting in, but I'm here, safe and sound, and you know what time it is? It's time to hook and cook. So what we're gonna do today is a smoked bluefish. It's actually a 3-step process. If you don't have a smoker, don't worry about it, because I'm gonna show you how to smoke bluefish without a smoker. We're gonna use a smoker box, looks something like that. All right, this is gonna go in the grill. We're gonna start getting these things nice and hot. We're gonna get them real nice and smoky because the smoke is gonna cook the fish, not the heat. All right, so my flavor tonight for this bluefish is gonna be mesquite wood chips. You can actually mix these up as well. You can put mesquite, you can put hickory. I've used mesquite in the past, it works real well. I also like to put a little bit of water in the bottom just to keep these wood chips nice and moist. A lot of people I know will actually soak these wood chips, which even gets it more smoky. But you just fill it up like that, close the lid, pop it in your grill. Couldn't be easier. So you see I got 2 grills here. I got a lower grill and a top grill. This is just a portable grill. I like to use this one more because it's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit more of a cave inside, and it actually creates a lot more smoke. So I'm gonna use this grill here. All I do is I take my smoker box, I put that right inside. Also, you'll notice that this grill has a top rack. That's where my fish is gonna go, because again, I don't wanna cook this fish, this bluefish, I don't wanna cook it with the flame of the grill. I wanna actually cook it with the smoke and the heat of the grill. So the smoker box goes inside the grill. You shut it down, you let it do its thing. It's gonna smoke up in about 15 minutes or so. There's a couple things that you can do if you don't like bluefish that you can do to help it out so that you're gonna like it in the future. The fish flavor in fish comes from the bloodline, so you can always take that out. And that's that portion right through the middle, and also right on the back. You can see on the back side there's the bloodline that comes right up the middle. Now if you wanted to, you can kind of do an angle cut where you cut into the fish this way and you cut into the fish that way. Not so deep that you're taking a lot of the fish out and wasting it, but you can always cut in and remove some of that bloodline, okay? And that's it right here. It's the dark part of the meat, and you can see that right there. But if you remove that, it removes some of the fishiness flavor that you're gonna get with a bluefish, okay? You can also do it on the other side, bloodline right down the middle. You can kind of cut that out in a angle cut, and it's gonna remove some of the bloodline, and again, it's gonna remove some of that fishiness flavor to the fish. Step 1 in the 3-step process is really to get your brine going, and basically your brine is what's gonna help your fish gain a lot of moisture. The key to smoked bluefish is getting as much moisture in the fish as possible. It's also to allow a lot of flavor and some of the flavor actually to come out of the fish. A lot of people will think that bluefish is more of a fishy fish, so they stay away from it. But there's a couple ways that you can get that fishiness out of the fish, and I'm going to show you how. So basically all we have here is we have about a half a gallon of warm water or room temperature water. I've got a couple fillets in there that have been brining overnight. So got some water there. Just gonna take juice of a half lemon. It's gonna go in the brine. And I'm gonna do this real quick. I've got some, like I said, in there already that I'm gonna take out, but I'm gonna show you what I put in it. Put some soy sauce in it. Sugar. Adds a good little sweetness to it. Put some onion powder and sea salt. And this is really the key. You wanna put a lot of sea salt in there. I also like to use kind of, not a secret recipe, but some bacon bits. Since we're smoking it, the smokiness and the flavor of the bacon really kind of gets in there as well. It adds a good flavor to it. And always pepper. Put some pepper in there too. So now, all you gotta do is step 1, put that in a brine solution. The best bet is to put it in the fridge overnight and come back. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this fillet in half. It's a little big. I'm gonna put that in the brine solution. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put that in the fridge. I'm gonna go get the other brined fish that I have. I'll come right back and put it on the grill. Okay, we're ready for step 2. Step 2 is the step in the process that a lot of people kind of cringe at a little bit, because what you have to do once your fish is brined, you have to let it sit. Okay, you gotta let it sit room temperature in the kitchen, someplace where your cats, your dogs can't jump up and eat your fish, but you gotta let this stuff sit 3 or 4 hours without being refrigerated, and that's gonna freak a lot of people out. So let me just show you, and I'm gonna explain why you need to do that. First, we're gonna take our fish out of the brining solution, and we wanna just pat this dry. And unless you're real hardcore, once you're done with the brine, you can probably throw it out. Okay, so we get our fish out of the brine. We're gonna pat this dry. Okay, you don't want to take too much of the moisture out of it, but you just want to pat it dry, skin side down, just like this. What you want to do is walk away and leave that just like that for about 3 to 4 hours. Now what that's going to do is it's going to form what's called a pellicule. And that pellicule is what's going to kind of hold in the moisture in the fish. All right, now before I put this stuff on the top grill to smoke, you may want to make sure that you grease it. So I like to use a little bit of Pam. I like to get some flames going. We're ready to smoke. Okay, I got the fish. We got some smoke going there. Just before I put this in the grill, I like to put a little paprika on it. Gives a little bit of color, so when it comes out, it looks a little better. Put that right up on top. That's gonna go in there for about 3 to 4 hours. I got the heat low, I got the smoke going. 3 to 4 hours later, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna go get a drink. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna show you what to do with the smoked bluefish. All right, well, you know what? Beauty of TV, we've elapsed about 3 to 4 hours. Fish is nice and it's starting to get that opaque look around the edges. It's done, we're gonna take it off. Oh, and it's stiffened right up too, so that's good. That's kind of how you know when it's done too. It's stiff and it's got like a, kind of a, can you hear that? It's kind of firm, real firm, yet moist texture to it. So that's what it's gonna look like. Nice and smoked. It's almost like fish jerky, it's really good. So let me take it in the kitchen. It's getting dark out here. Let's plate this up. I'm gonna show you how to make this into little tiny snacks. It's really good. Okay, well, you know what? Got the bluefish off the grill. It's all smoked up. I did a couple of different variations here while we had some time. I just kind of put it in different brines. Sometimes I use a little red wine. It makes it a little bit redder, but we have our smoked bluefish. We're ready to go. All I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna use a little bit of coleslaw as well as a little bit of dollop of sour cream. And just use the crackers that you like. If you want to, eat it like just right like that, that's fine. Just put it on a plate. You can dive right into it. I like to mix it up a little bit. And I've just put a little bit of sour cream on some crackers. I'll put a little coleslaw on some other crackers. I just cut into the bluefish a little bit here. I just like taking a small piece of it, putting it on top just like that. Like that. Put it on a plate. Put all the stuff aside. Clean up a little bit. Now, that's what it's gonna end up looking like. Real nice. Mmm. You hear me crunching. You know what? That's delicious with the coleslaw as well as the sour cream. Great hearty bowl of New England clam chowder. Put that together with a hearty beer. Get yourself a hearty meal. You know what? For this recipe and plenty more, visit onthehook.com, go to the Hook and Cook section. This one's there as well as plenty more. Enjoy.
Another day, another adventure. Without a cameraman, I headed out entirely by myself. I did my best impersonation of Survivor Man by filming everything myself. After dialing in the right lures, I hooked into some bluefish and finally some really nice fall albacore. Although my ride was a treacherous one with 1-foot swells all around me, I was able to make it back to shore with a bluefish for the table, which I then smoked with a smoker box and small grill. And trust me, done the right way, bluefish is very tasty.
So until next time, me mateys, stay hooked, and we'll see you next week.
Got cameras mounted. Here's a camera here. So here's a camera right here, then I am filming the camera that's filming me right now. But if you're real hardcore, put it in a mug, on some ice, chill it, take a sip. Then tell me how it is after you get your stomach pumped.